Have you seen the ads for the Snap 4 Luxe, a pop socket-like attachment that allows you to charge your phone without having to remove it, and wondered if it was worth the money? Or maybe you haven't heard about it, but want an attachment that makes the phone more comfortable to hold and still works with MagSafe attachments. I had such a need, and the ads got to me as I purchased the Snap Luxe 4 because of its promise of being able to magnetically charge without having to remove the accessory every time. However, it wasn't all smooth sailing. In this video, I'm going to give my honest thoughts on this accessory, the issues I had with it, and my overall thoughts on whether or not it was worth the purchase. This little device sells for $39.99 and is quite thin on the phone. The accessory does come with a reusable adhesive pre-applied to help it stick, and also has its own magnets, which I found to be very strong. The magnets are so strong that it makes it more difficult to get off the MagSafe devices, but it is strong enough to be able to stick to any magnetic surface without issues. I can attach it to my gym rack and have it stay in place, which is definitely an improvement. While the middle piece as well as the outer ring are made of metal, the mechanism inside is made of what appears to be a plastic. I haven't had any issues with its durability yet after only a few weeks, but I could see this plastic wearing down over time. There's also a magnet in the middle to keep the centerpiece down so it doesn't just come up without you deliberately wanting it to be lifted up. It is also relatively thin, so it does not add a lot of bulk to the phone at all. The Snap 4 Luxe states that it should work with any case that is less than 2mm, which my phone case is. However, the existing MagSafe charger that I had would not keep a good charging connection with the Snap 4 Luxe attached. It wasn't that the magnet itself didn't hold to it, it just kept cycling between charging and not charging. In fact, anytime you connect it to a MagSafe type device, you'll notice that the magnets on the Snap 4 are very strong and it'll take quite a bit of force to free it. Anecdotally, I did notice that my phone was getting way warmer than it would before I got the Snap 4 with this old charger that I had. I wasn't sure, and still am not completely sure what the cause of the issue is, but since the device was supposed to work and I could see the inklings of it functioning correctly, I decided to try buying a new car charger. I got one made by ESR that I'll link in the description below. With this charger, I've had zero issues with the device not charging, and it wasn't heating up like it was with the old MagSafe charger I had. I also bought a new window mount, and I actually like this one more because it can sit lower in the window versus the one I had before. I flipped some parts around on the new mount so it would mount the way I wanted it, and the new charger head fit right on the mount, so I was able to get it all to work together. The magnet on the accessory, as mentioned before, is very strong. While the strength does allow you to magnetically attach to anything you can imagine, this also means that it is quite difficult to get off of any kind of MagSafe mounts that you might have. The MagSafe mounts have their own magnets, and then these magnets on top of that means that you will have to use quite a bit of force. Tip here is to try to slide it off in any direction and not just straight out. However, the same strength of magnets means that I don't have to worry about it coming off my car mount as I'm driving. The most important part of this device, and the reason I got it, was to aid in holding the phone like you would with a pop socket. With the accessory, you can hold it in a few different ways, but the way I found myself holding it most often is by putting my finger through the middle of the plastic pieces and letting it rest there. It definitely makes holding the phone more comfortable, especially since I don't have the biggest hands. The manual shows 3 different ways you can use the accessory to aid you in holding the phone. Holding it like you would a pop socket, having a single finger underneath and letting the top rest on the device, and putting your finger through the middle of the scissor mechanism. I find this last option the most comfortable and most secure. Another use for the small accessory is that it can be set up as a stand, and I've used this feature and it works well for what it is. This is not something that I necessarily needed, but it's a nice feature that exists nonetheless. In general, when putting the middle piece back in, you do have to make sure that it is folding in the correct way, as sometimes it will try to flex outward after using it for a while. Also, it does take some getting used to getting the device to actually extend. You have to push down in one of the indented corners to get the magnet to disengage and then extend it. However, once you get used to it, it isn't too bad. Overall, I think this purchase was well worth it, considering pop sockets seems to start at around $20, but could be more depending on the design, and this accessory is $30. You'll have to decide if $10 extra is worth it to you. The fact that I wanted a pop socket-like device to help me hold my phone, but didn't want to have to remove something every time I wanted to wirelessly charge, made this an intriguing product, and I would recommend it, even though it did cause me to have to buy a new charger for my car. The magnets on the accessory are super strong, which can be a detriment and a benefit, but the ability for me to be able to hang it onto anything magnetic is a net positive. I will have links down below to the device itself, as well as an affiliate link to the car charger that I ended up getting that worked great with the device. I am still curious why my old charger and this accessory had issues keeping a good charging connection, but the new charger I put in my car solved all these issues. Let me know down in the comments below if you have one or are thinking of getting one and have any questions I can answer. consider liking the video and subscribing.